So just like that, with a few extra tricks, a little plasti dip, a little, oh, there goes the lens, a little. Hey, I'm Miles. I do cosplays a lot, mostly known for Spider-Man cosplays. Every Spider-Man cosplay needs a face shell, lenses attached to. And it depends on how you want to build that face shell or how you want to customize it. That might make a little bit of a difference in the long run. In this video, I'm going to show you how to take an ordinary face shell like this and make it into something that has a little bit more comfort and strapping on the inside. Not really a big change, but something that might help every cosplayer in the long run. This is funny. That's not even lined up. I'm going to be showing you how to take an ordinary face shell like this that has no strapping and no foam inside of it and turn it into something that has a little bit more comfort on the inside based on how you want to do it. All you'll need for this video and this custom mod is plasti dip, 1/2 inch black elastic, a hot glue gun, and if you want to go the extra mile, a Dremel or rotary tool. If you don't have this, don't worry, I'm going to show you a way you can do it without it. But right now, let's show you how to do it. Alright, well, so me being me, of course I forgot to turn the mic on while recording my video. That's why halfway through the video I switched to my phone. But anyway, what I'm doing in this is I'm showing you the classic standard shell that Print Costume offers with pretty much all of their suits. Any suit that you buy, unless it's a specialty suit with different lenses, they offer a face shell with magnetic lenses option. This is what you'll get with most of those suits and most of those options is the standard plastic face shell with lenses. Depending on what suit you're getting, you'll obviously get black lenses, red lenses, or colored lenses, depending on what you're actually getting. Obviously, the red is for Miles, and the black would be for my Peter suit. But I'm showing you on the inside that there's no foam on this second one, there's no strapping on the second one, compared to the first one that has foam and has strapping. So I'm saying something along the lines of, I'm going to show you how to do it with a few basic steps. First step you'll actually need to do is comparing this shell to a shell that I haven't done it on. Obviously I already did it on the shell to the right, so I'm showing you on the left, this shell doesn't have this step done. But you'll need to take the plasti dip that we showed before. Plasti dip is a spray-on rubber coating that you can spray on just about anything. I use it mostly for foam products. Right now I'm showing you the mask and how it slides on and off of a mask that doesn't have plasti dip on it. And I'm going to show you how it'll stick to this second mask that does have plasti dip. But essentially what plasti dip is, again, it's a spray-on rubber coating that you can spray on just about anything to give you an extra layer of protection, a layer of filler, a layer of coating, whatever you choose to do. There's many purposes for it, but the purpose for this one is to give you a little extra grip and a little extra grab so that your mask isn't sliding around and it actually forms that nice shape around the eyes and doesn't do weird creases around it. I'm going to show a picture of where the creases actually do occur if you don't do the plasti dip. After you spray on your plasti dip, the next step we're going to do is we're going to take some foam and we're going to line the inside of our face shell with the foam. You can see on this first one, the foam's already put in there. It's a nice velvety cushioned foam I had, but you don't need that fancy foam. You can just do a nice 1 or 2 millimeter foam insert that you can do. You can see on this other mask I'm about to flip over that we don't have foam on it yet. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the foam and you're going to place it inside the mask on your forehead, your nose, those contact points for your mask. For me personally, all I did was the forehead and the nose because I found with those areas it kept the shell off of my face just enough with enough comfort for it to work properly. In this clip, I'm just doing a quick time lapse with a few showcases showing you just a very basic process of cutting out the foam to the shapes that you want based on the places you actually want. You're going to want to cut them to obviously fit the inside of the mask so there's no creasing, there's no bubbling, and so it's the most comfortable, and so they're not creasing up on your lenses. You don't want something like that. So here I'm just stenciling them out from the lenses just so that I know they're not going to go through them and I can still see through them while they're still protecting me from the actual shell. And again, you can pick wherever you want in the shell. If you want to line the whole thing with foam, there's more power to you to do that. Me personally though, I like to save my foam and I like to use it just where my face contacts the shell the most. As you can see, I'm doubling up the foam layers here in a minute. And the reason I'm doing that is just to give it a little extra cushion
because this foam I'm using is different from the first mask's foam. This is just 1mm foam that I had lying around. So if you do this, I recommend either doubling up the 1mm or getting a thicker like 2 or 3mm.
Alright, so now that we have our foam in there, it's all nice and cozy. Now we are going to add the strap on the back of it. So there's two ways you can do this. The first way is if you do not have access to a Dremel tool. So the first way is to just simply hot glue the elastic here or on this side, wrap it around, and hot glue it back to that side. But if you do happen to have access to a Dremel tool, which I do, so I'm going to use, then you can make little, if you see that, a slit in the mask for the elastic to wrap around, and it just gives you a little more protection and a little bit more structure when it comes to actually gripping onto the mask. So since I have a Dremel, I'm going to do it and demonstrate how. But if you don't have a Dremel, don't worry, because you can just glue it right there and it'll be almost the same thing. So I've cut the holes in the side of my mask, and I'm taking the elastic that I mentioned before. I've already measured this elastic to wrap around my head. You're going to want it to be very snug, very tight. You don't want this moving around a lot. You want it to be really forming to your face. Oh, sorry. The way I'm going to do it is if you do cut the holes, you're going to push it through there, wrap the other side, of course, and then do the same on this side. Slide it through, right? And then on the inside, you're simply going to take this piece of elastic and glue it right to here. If you want to get really fancy, you can sew it, but this isn't something that requires that much strength because it kind of just holds onto your face. So hot glue will do the trick. But again, I want to say that if you don't have a Dremel to cut, you can simply just take the elastic and glue it to the inside of the mask in the same spot. So you don't have to have all the fancy tools to be able to do it. But even if, like, these, I got this at a garage sale for 10 bucks. Actually, yeah, the sticker's still on there, 10 bucks. So they're kind of cheap tools to use, but they work. So just like that, with a few extra tricks, a little plasti dip, a little, oh, there goes the lens, a little plasti dip, a little hot glue, a little elastic and some foam, you can turn a basic Faceshell into something that'll hold. And it might look ugly on the inside, but that's okay, because what matters is how it presents on the outside. That was a terrible analogy, but you know what I mean. Now that we have these all good and done, I'm going to show you what they look like with the actual masks on. So there we have it, fabric masks on, everything's nice and perfect, lenses, Faceshell, fabric, everything looks good as new, and as I said before, what matters is how it looks on the outside, not the mess we made on the inside. And the point of that plasti dip before was to show, see how the fabric isn't moving? There's a little spot here without the dip, you can see how it moves. But with the dip, it doesn't move, so it'll keep your shape.